Hello everyone, and welcome to the Deeply Renegade podcast. My name is Molly, also known as the Deeply Renegade. I'd like to welcome you guys to episode 178. Today is Saturday, April 22nd, 2017, and I'm glad you could join me this afternoon. Because coffee is actually pretty late. Oh well. Meh. Such is life. What can you do about it? I hadn't gotten my appropriate number of cups of coffee, so I think it'll be okay. But I normally won't drink this. Whatever. Should work out. Welcome everybody. I think it might be short. I brought stuff up with me, but would it be... Things got derailed, but even if things had gone according to plan, I'm not sure it would have been a very exciting episode either. What was it? Well, so I must have like this special touch with cars because the perfectly innocent car I was driving self-destructed on me. No, not too much effort from my part in the self-destruction process, unfortunately. So, that resulted in far less knitting than I would have preferred to accomplish on a Friday. But, oh well. And then I was doing things that it would have been perfectly good to be knitting while, but I was like entirely too engrossed to actually do it, so, oh well, whatever. So, in a surprise move, I knit more than an ounce on this shawl this week. I think because I felt like I was very close to being done with it, but it is worth noting that I still actually have 2 balls of yarn going. So this is the Viajante, it's the Martina Bem pattern, and then I'm incorporating the Find Your Fate style striping. And this is how much of my fawn I have, and this is how much of the elk, which is more of a gray-brown, and this is more of a red, russety sort of brown. But it is coming along fairly nicely, and so normally I would be 3 to 4 rows into the color change at this point, but I was excited about doing something new, I guess, so we are now way more than that in. I did not knit a whole 2 ounces, or whatever it was, whatever that unit ends up being, so, I don't know, the colors are obviously more gray on the screen, but, I have probably at least 2 inches of this mesh in, and I started alternating the colors in the mesh, so it is pretty gorgeous so far. What it be, and it's definitely highlighting the fact that this last color is definitely on the much more gray scale of things, but should result in a nice deep mesh in the end. I think that is what I was going for. So right now my new color is the plain row, and then my fawny color is the knit 2 together-ish yarn over, whatever. I don't know. My first half are all SSKs, and they just aren't as beautiful, if you know what I mean. So, that's also full of chaos and confusion as well, but, so, as a result, I am much further along, or I took a much bigger leap than I have in the past few on this guy. I could just, like, it's sort of the case where I can sense that I'm almost there, so I just want to wrap it up. But we are talking about, at least in this section, probably 4.5 inches net, and this guy's growing, so. Since the last time And then on this point, which is obviously a distortion of space-time, because there are just increases all over the place, we are talking about something that's almost 6 inches done. It is 6 inches done since last week, so probably meant I ended up doing 3 ounces or 1.5 or something like that. So I did 50% more knitting on it this week than I did all of the other weeks I've been working on the shawl. But it would be like, it's sort of the case, you know, that motivation you get because the project, you already wound up the yarn for the next project and you're just resisting casting on. That's where I am right now. So I really want this one to be over because it has been very warm. It is not warm today, I think. It's, what would it be? I think we had a thunderstorm last night, which involved fun things like hanging out in the bathroom while the tornado sirens went off. I brought my knitting, it was okay. We were talking to my dad, he was a little confused why it got so echoey. But, I don't know, whatever. So it'd be the case where, what would it be, it's much cooler, so I actually had a coat and a hat when I ended up walking today, so it was legit. I got to wear some knitwear that I wasn't expecting to wear for a while, so it was alright. It was alpaca even. So, oh well. As such, what would it be? I don't know. I just want to be over because I want to start something new. And I can't start something new until I finish something that I'm doing, so. Oh well. I think because of all of this focus, I don't even think I touched my socks, which may result in awkwardness, as in not even meeting the cows that I'm participating in. But what would it be? This is an awful lot of fabric to have in the lap, so I can see what would it be. Because earlier in the week it was the case where I was saying they're like, this is hot. So, I'm preparing for summer, but I don't know. It's always nice after you have a good thunderstorm and then everything's cooled off for a little while. It's refreshing. So, yeah, it's getting pretty, whatever. It's getting to be a nice size, and it's going to be way more yarn than my first one was, but I'm not sure it's going to turn out to be a bigger size or not. It's a mystery. So, the colors are, or whatever, the yarn is Ness Superwash Merino Silk in the Vorfruit colorway. 2 light, 1 dark. And this is yarn that I ended up spinning for my 2016 Spin the Bin, so I am now deep into using that stuff up, at least. The odds of me getting to the marker changing point while discussing this are slim now, so I'll just move the marker. But, no, it's like a pretty respectable amount of knitting this week, so. And how the little marker where I decided to place it ends up making it look. It was like I got 4 inches in the body, but it appears to be way more in this corner region, so, oh well. We'll make it work. So, I don't know whether or not I'll be able to, finish this bad boy this week. I'm guessing the odds are probably low. It'll probably linger on for a little bit longer than that because I don't foresee having a larger amount of knitting time in order to finish it. would be some of the things that would result in me having more knitting time aren't happening, so. Such is life. It might even slow down a bit, but oh well. So, not too shabby, whatever. And obviously Instagram is a better place to get color or shots of what color this thing is, but definitely getting nice and big. So, I don't know, I just like the mesh is a cool accompaniment to it, so it's cool to see. And hopefully I'll be finally only into the last color, because that would be nice. Or that seems to be a very doable sort of goal. All sorts of stuff lurking in there. Yeah. So this is the sock. It appears to have slightly hopped off the needles. This is the Lena Holden pattern called Skew. It is, I'm pretty sure I haven't worked on it this week though. No. Those ones went to the other side. So, yeah. I think that looks okay. So, it is out of String Theory Colorworks in the Ribbies Negrum colorway. It is a 75% PFL, 25% nylon self-striper. And I don't know. The cows for it are going to be ending on the 30th, so I have 8 days. I'm not sure if I'm going to switch focus on it or not, or whether, I don't know. It is a mystery. So, because it could be the case where I could finish these socks and then hold off on the Ahante until Stash Dash begins. I don't know. It's not like what would it be? I don't tend to keep a lot of whips handy, so it's all like, what is it? I think at this point the only reason that I meet my arbitrary Stash Dash goals is because I'm spinning. So that is a good way to rack up the yardage. So, I don't know, there are a couple of things that I want to do spinning-wise, so it could make sense. Though part of the trouble is, whatever. I might be in danger of running out of space on bobbins for things, so that, I don't know. Exactly. It's vague, and I can, whatever. Let me explain better. So, this hasn't really gotten all that much love. Anyways, poor sock. So, I, haven't been making a ton of progress on my spinning. Part of this is due to the fact that instead of spinning while watching things, I have been knitting on the shawl. So, shawl took up the spinning time, but now there is some spinning urgency. So I have one bobbin complete of my red nest, oh wait, Superwash Merino silk spin, and let's pull her in. I tried doing this on the other side. So here we go. This is how much I have to spin. So obviously quite a lot. This is how much I've spun so far, which I've now covered the bobbin. I think last week I maybe just had a third or a quarter of the bobbin. And I'm now working my way back to the other side. But obviously haven't done too much on this guy, just a little bit while podcast watching. Just a smidge. So, gorgeous, lovely prep, spinning it nice and fine. The goal is eventually a Vera Valimaki breathing space. Should be gorgeous. This will be whatever. I don't know. I think I look really great at it. Red isn't necessarily my favorite color, but I look pretty good in it. So that'll probably be the sleeves and most of the top. And that should look fantastic. I'm looking forward to it. But it isn't the case where I naturally gravitate to red. You know what I mean? Like, I know it looks good on me. If I pick up something, it'll be like a blue, a green, and a red. So, but what it be? So, it's totally gonna be awesome. That's gonna count for 2 months of my spin the bin. Cool. I'm working on stuff that should, like, I'm ahead on my spin the bin right now. So, there's some room. Now, here's what's competing. My competing interest. We'll just get right to it. So I had mentioned this last week that it hadn't arrived yet. It came on Monday, as it does. But this is Greenwood Fiberworks. They're doing the Completely Twisted and Arbitrary sale this quarter, and it is alpaca silk roving. This is top, but it's whatever. That's what she's calling it. And it is 50% alpaca, 50% silk, hand-painted in these shadowy Queen of Darkness colors. The colorway is Denali. I think you can still buy it if you're interested in playing along. Oh wait, you can't see the face. Oh my goodness. So what was interesting is sort of like one of those full circle things. I touched some that Judith Mackenzie had, and then she was like, because apparently she ended up getting the fail because it's all of the black is alpaca and all of the color is the silk. So it's black alpaca, and then it just takes dye in this totally fetching way, and it's going to be quite ridiculous. And then it has sort of this green sort of just like the lightest bit of blue in the green, and then this sort of like Crayola blue style blue in it. And then there's also some undyed portions which bring in this like white snow sort of thing. But I want to spin it fine. I want to spin it for lace. That probably means it needs to be a 2-ply. And it's totally not in my spin the bin, but whatever. It seemed to be an interesting opportunity growing experience because I've never spun alpaca before. I once watched my friend Jody spin an entire 4 ounces of alpaca in one sitting, which was impressive. But I have not done it myself. And so the silk should result in it being pretty fine, and it's just going to be drape-a-frickin-licious. Because neither of these fibers have very much memory at all. I just got one. What would it be? It came packaged in all this beautifulness, and what would it be? What is it? I'm forgetting the first name of the dyer. Have made their reputation by doing luxury fibers extremely, extremely well. So, I have a braid of 50/50 yak silk in the stash that I got, I'm assuming at Fiber Fest, but maybe Stitches, Texas. I don't remember which. So, that is going to be very, very lovely spin. But then it's the case where, like, do I stop this spin right smack dab in the middle? I have one bobbin which has my, or what is it? So I have one bobbin which has my merino, or my superfine merino silk experiment, which involves cards. I would need to finish that project. So there's a little bit of singles hanging out on a bobbin. And then there's the bobbin I'm using right now, so then there's just one bobbin left. And I could fit the full 4 ounces on the one bobbin, and then do 2-ply the way I normally do, so normally I just wind it into a ball. But that is the puzzle. What am I going to stop this red spin right in the middle because I, in fact, do not have enough bobbins. Well, or whatever. You know what I mean? Like, I haven't ever stopped a spin. Well, actually, no, that's not true. Because my sweater spin, I stopped in the middle quite a lot and spun other things and then got back to it. So, I guess that's not totally crazy. But normally, with the wheel, I've been very good about seeing it through to the end and go from there. So, I'm not sure what I'm going to do if I just throw the new shiny in the middle. Because there is the time window for that. So that is going to end in June. I got the fiber this week. Obviously, I haven't been spinning too much this past week, so it isn't like, or should I wait until I finish this bobbin with all of its ridiculous number, well, with all of that fiber on it, and go from there. So it's just a matter of, but then if I put all of my time into finishing one thing, the odds of me finishing another thing are low. So if I put all my time to finishing the shawl, then the sock's not going to get done and the spinning's not going to get done. If I put all my time into the sock, other things suffer. If I spread it all around, which probably just, whatever. If I spread it all around, victory will not be achieved. So, that's sort of where I am right now. An acknowledgement that whatever. It could be the case where I could sit down and, like, weigh everything and figure out how much time it would take. But what that probably means is I won't immediately get started on the alpaca silk. Though it is not too bad to pull something off a bobbin and start it back later. And I get this feeling that I want to finish one of my 2 knitting projects. So that will require me to devote time. In order to achieve that goal. And perhaps the odds are slightly better on the shawl because I can do it in the dark. Mostly. But, I don't know. So, that's sort of where I am right now. I definitely still have my giant bag of Find Your Fade yarn ready to go. Oh, I found my headphones. There's all sorts of random stuff floating around here. But it'd be the case where, like, I carried up my ridiculous Fiberfest bag of doom, which even has my blurple raincoat. The color is totally wrong. It is a blurple. But blurple may not actually translate in a digital world. So let's see. Here I have some sock fixing, but I also have the scalp. So, I don't know. This is sort of curious to me. So I definitely know that pile of fiber is way more, and I think I've concluded that actually what I really want to do is finish a knitting project. So, we got that. And we could do the head-to-head comparison of socks. Maybe. Alright. The first sock weighs 38 grams. This sock, with the needles in it and some stitch markers, is weighing 10. So this is actually pretty far from being done right now. So it would take probably, let's say, rough numbers, 30 grams to go on that bad boy. So this other guy is here, and I have 55, and when I add that other little ball, I'm up to 59. So I still have 60 grams of knitting left to go in that, which probably means the socks are going to be my more likely bet of succeeding, ironically. So, it's so nice to be quantitative. So it will be less painful to knit the socks. Than it will be to finish the shawl. So, whatever. Perhaps I will finish a Cal deadline and all will be well in the world. Oh. And then I don't know. So, in Sock Knitters, the next knit along is, what is it? Out of the Depths. And we've done this one before, but it is a fun concept. So the idea is you pick a pattern that has 50 or less projects associated with it. I still have projects in my queue from the last time we did this, Cal. I think they still have less than 50 projects on them. And then bonus for using Deep Stash. Now, because I wound up my oldest skein, I don't even know what's next on my oldest skein count. Let's see. So, so what I like about having my entire stash on Rav is that if you sort your stash by date added, which tends to be pretty good for me because then all of the new stuff flows to the top, you can very quickly figure out, okay, what's my oldest skein by scrolling to the bottom and then moving back up again. So I have my second sweater yarn is the oldest one, and then I have a picture from when I first flashed the stash, which fits a surprisingly small area. My stash takes up quite a bit more. So I have some worsted weight, some partial balls. I have a thing of cobweb that I overdyed green. It's sort of a light green though. So I have the Wild Socks yarn. Technically speaking, it's still a full skein, but it's going into the Find Your Fade. Alright, it looks like we are now to yarn I bought on a whim from the Ding-a-ling. Yes, the Ding-a-ling. Yeah, so if we're artfully moving this, it's, oh wait, you can't even see. I've used some of the yarn I bought at the Ding-a-ling, actually to knit my grandmother a shawl, because it was, would it be this gorgeous, like, alpaca blend. But what I have here is some made in Italy Regia. So these two guys right here. These two I got in a swap. These two I got another swap. These ones I bought when I was in Germany, but it's just a happy bag full of the 50-gram balls. So, it is faux isle up the wazoo. Very whatever, the very traditional faux isle nonsense. And it is black and white and gray with some burgundy and some browns. So that is now the winner. And then somewhere, I also have the gray alpaca because I used the purple alpaca for the shawl. So we are now to this level. Which isn't too bad. Oh, it looks like I got I think a made in Turkey online super sock as well. And after all of that, then it becomes actually woolmisa. So there is woolmisa below it that I had gone earlier, but it appears that, what it be? If I'm working through the top of the stash and the bottom of the stash, at some point you do manage to get through stuff. So it would be. I don't like to think of my stash as whatever, a stagnant pool. I try to make sure to keep it churning a bit. Silliness. So that is the story there. So I'm now entertained that my oldest skein of sock yarn is now changed. So, but the more you know. So that would be, I don't know. It was the case where the Ding-a-ling was having a going out of business sale. I didn't even know they sold yarn. This was like a lunchtime knitting conversation I think I had. It was like, did you know? And then I had to go and see. And so the prices were like totally criminal. Totally criminal. Such is life. So it's always funny when you go over that sort of thing. And we're almost getting to the point where we're in, like, podcasting range. So now the oldest full skeins remaining are from that sort of, well, there are older skeins in the stash, but they are not sock yarn. Like, there's a cobweb and there's a skein of worsted in there. Apparently the skein of worsted was not appropriate for a pussy hat, though. Not that I've fixed this problem, but oh well. It's actually Mantosh, I think. It's nice. But, whatever. That, I think, was everything I wanted to cover, so I should be able to record next week. That will be the 29th or the 30th, and we'll see if I actually finish something. I totally haven't, what is it? There are a couple of prize drawings I need to do for sock knitters and for my group, and I've been procrastinating, so I apologize. Maybe I'll stop procrastinating. One day. I should fix that. I think part of the problem is that, what is it? I generally have my laptop sitting somewhere, but it isn't at a table. And if I just sat at a table, it would get done. But it is not sitting. What would it be? It's generally by the couch or on this chair. So that isn't as useful for accomplishing computing tasks. It's perfectly fine for browsing the internet, but not for copy pasting. So I will get on that. I think that is everything. So with that, I hope you guys have a lovely week, and I look forward to talking to you guys next week. So take care, guys. Bye-bye.